All right, live on YouTube, bro. I appreciate you coming by, watching. If you want to come back, you can click a follow. I don't. It doesn't say anyone followed me, and that's okay. I don't really give a crap. It's all good if you guys don't want to. Like, I don't like force stream follows or likes or anything. I never say that in my videos. I don't really care, bro. It's all good. I just want you guys to come if you want to come hang out and vibe and have a good time. I appreciate it, bro. Love you, man. I really do appreciate it. First stream on Kick. I'll be live tomorrow morning, whenever I wake up to start the stream on Kick. I appreciate you, man. But yeah, I'm gonna be on live right now on YouTube, right here. Let me see if it's fucking looking good here. Wait, but there you go, back. Go back. There you go. Whatever. All right. I appreciate you, bro. You have a good night. If you're not gonna come on YouTube, that's okay, bro. If you want, you can follow. If not, I may never see you again. So appreciate you, bro. Have a great night, man. I love you, bro. Cheers, man.
I think we'll remember Hellebuck played great.
Hey, how you doing? 5 people. Holy shit. How you doing, everybody?
10 years into the future.
How you doing, Jazzy? What's up, man? How you
Ask
doing?
you in 2036, hey, what do you remember about that gold medal game from Canada's perspective? What do you think we're going to remember?
Don't let teams linger. Don't let teams stick around. You got to get your foot on their throat and end it. You know, a lot of talent on the other side. You know, all it takes is one. You let a team hang around like that, and we see it all the time in the National Hockey League too. A team's playing great.
Doing good. I usually live on TikTok and all that. I just live on Kick for like an hour and a half. Got banned for vaping on TikTok, which is weird because I've been doing it for months. But for like a couple days. Almost at 1,000 followers. Let's go. Almost at 2,000. I guess 150. I meant 200. I'll snap my neck if I do a backflip.
Ultimately, it's gonna bite you. You know, your goaltender's not as active as maybe the other goalie. They're not feeling it, and all of a sudden they get you have a quick breakdown, and the next thing you know, it's in the back of your net. You're like, what just happened? And so, I think for them,
no, you're good.
As I was saying earlier, you're heartbroken.
You're about to sleep? Oh, nice. I'm just chilling. I'm about to sleep too soon.
After the game that they played.
But
it also
we'll be live tomorrow.
It's on them.
Just watching.
Able to score enough goals. They lost.
They're just talking about, like, the analysts about Team Canada and America.
They have to live with that for 4 more years. 2 until the World Cup. And even if they win that, the Americans, they're going to be like, oh, but we got the gold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and they're going to be lording that over them. So, oh, yeah, absolutely. And so, I think for these next 4 years, every single year. When
Yes. Canada. Yeah, you're in Canada. Let's go. I'm in Canada too. It's got to be Canada.
Some type of Canadian event, they have to make it a point to absolutely
Shout out Sandra.
rub the America's
Yo.
nose in. That has to be the mindset, the mentality.
Shout out Mike too
That
for
you have to
typing.
get back your swagger. You have to get back how we used to go into these tournaments and want to crush that team and just take the life from them. And I haven't seen that in a while.
So, Chris, is there any takeaway, like we don't need a State of the Union in Canada type of thing as far as, hockey type of thing, or is it more just a reset? Like, what would you were talking about some of your biggest takeaways here. Is it as simple as, hey, we need to kind of knuckle down and go back at it, or is there adjustments that need to be made maybe right from the top or whatever from an attitude standpoint to kind of get back in it?
Here,
I think it's more
answer this.
attitude,
Hold up.
I don't know one person, anybody who has a clue about hockey that watched that game and said, wow, the Americans look really good.
For real.
Not one person is going to say that. Outside of their goaltender, who was all world. Outside of that, there's no way.
Thank you, bro. Go Raps facts, bro. Go Raptors. Let's go. Enter that little poll, boys. I appreciate it.
So, do you throw the baby out with the bathwater? No, but you have to look at the landscape of, in this case, professional hockey, but hockey in general, and be like, every other country is catching up.
Cheesy spaghetti, bro. The fuck I love that shit. This guy said Ron. Appreciate you, Jazzy. Yeah, I mean, I haven't got a haircut. I had nice ass hair, and then I went fully bald for cause I've been popping off on TikTok, so I just did it on live and stream. Yeah, let's go Raptors. Let's go. We're gonna win.
It's this, and it's this right here.
Let's go, of course, yeah.
That in my opinion, we need
W's.
to strengthen, and that needs to be the core.
Y'all answer that shit. I appreciate it. I don't think you can even see it.
Because it used to always be that.
How much of that was depleted because Crosby didn't play?
Facts.
Yeah, I think a little bit,
But still.
at the end of the day, he's playing on the third line. Like, he's adding more depth, and yeah, he might have scored. Like, we could go back. They had guys that didn't play too. Like,
No, I understand,
we
but I
could
guess
go
what
back
I'm
and say this
asking.
guy was hurt, that guy was hurt. From a leadership perspective, I think a little bit, but he was still around. He just wasn't on the bench and on the ice. Would he have made a difference? He might have. But I mean, if you're Canada, you can't be walking around going, "Yeah, but Crosby didn't play."
Right.
That's a loser's mentality. Accept what happened and go fix it.
Yeah. Well,
Exactly.
that's what I'm asking is like, is it the swag and the mentality and the attitude? Is it something that's got to equally permeate through everyone, or is it really got to be the main guy or main guys that do it? So we know who we're talking about here. The elephant in the room is it's McDavid, McKinnon, and really McDavid, I guess, at the forefront. Like he's the guy.
Yeah.
How do they find that in 4 years?
Let me ask you guys this: do you think he put too much pressure on himself? Do you think they put too much pressure on themselves, thinking that they're going over there for business, they're going over there to win gold, they're going to stay in a hotel versus go hang out in the village, they're going to do everything like solely for this one thing, and when they don't get it, what happens? When they face adversity, they didn't play great against Czechia, they won. They played.
Appreciate the
pretty well
vote. Yeah,
against
go
Finland,
Raptors. Let's go.
albeit Finland sat back for 40 plus minutes.
Hopefully you're doing good, Jazzy. You're a legend.
To me, it felt like they put in. There was already a ton of pressure on them with the NHL. Same thing as '98 with the NHL players going to the Olympics. There was already an inordinate amount of pressure added to this environment, and then you're just adding more fuel to the fire by, saying that you don't have to say all those things. It's we know you want to win gold. We all want to win gold. Like, it just to me.
I'm going to start my own channel soon. Yeah, hell yeah, W's.
So Chris, you
That's
make a
sick.
good point, but how has that changed? Like, we know you look at the fiber of some of these
Well, I
players.
wish I could
They
follow
might
you
think
right
it's
now,
all
but I
business,
can't.
McKinnon,
But
they interviewed him. He's like, I don't care about having fun. I'm here
That's
for
awesome.
business. Like a lot of these guys are just fired that way. I mean, you see other guys and they're drinking whiskey
Give me a
and
second
laughing
here.
it up and that. Like, is it the way you select your team? You need certain individuals that maybe lighten the room. Do you need different types
I'll watch
of
your shit
things,
for
the way
sure,
you
then.
build your team? I read something about the way that Team USA built their team, and it was a tongue-in-cheek comment. They wanted a bunch of whiskey drinkers in there, guys that were enjoy themselves and enjoy being around each other. Like, is that what it comes back to with the attitude and kind of the swagger type of thing? Like, how would you change that if you're talking about the top players putting so much pressure on themselves?
Well, I think it goes back to, you just hit it. What identity are you trying to create with
I'm
this
gonna write
team?
your I'm gonna write your name down.
Are we no longer that Rock'em Sock'em Team Canada? Are we going to be this run and gun team? Is that the new identity for Canadian hockey? Or are we going to be able to face adversity head on and run over our opponents at times if we need to? That becomes the question for me, because there's
Yeah. You're
there
awesome.
are so
Hell
many
yeah.
countries catching up, and U.S. is certainly the biggest.
See, I started
You
soon,
can
and
argue that
I'll
they're not
definitely
parallel
watch
with
your
us
stuff.
with the skill and talent that they.
Where are you from? You from Canada or you're from America?
So it's interesting
I wrote it
because
down in my book.
we're not having this conversation if they score a goal at 3-on-3, or they score one of those empty net goals. We're not even talking about this. We're talking about how great they played. So, as quickly as you want to pounce on them and say, "Oh my God, they're terrible," they weren't. I thought they played fantastic. They made a couple mistakes, and those mistakes were in the back of their net.
Canada, hell yeah. I'm from Ottawa, the capital city of Canada. Where are you from? You don't have to say if you don't want it. It's okay.
If you want to play the blame game, I'm allowing you to do it today. Doesn't mean I want to sit here and blame anyone. A lot of people are getting McKinnon missing the net, Makar on the back check, McDavid for being selfish, not scoring, blaming Hellebuck because he was just too good in the hockey game, Cooper for his selection of players. You get to play the blame game, or our hot topic.
Silver linings after Canada's loss in the gold medal game. Do you think John Cooper had another Four Nations soundbite there right before overtime? Someone be selfish and shoot the puck in the net. McDavid with Marner. I remember that like it was yesterday. That was a great soundbite.
But
Maybe that's why they tried to do.
But here's the question:
Maybe it's Cooper's fault.
would you rather win a Four Nations face-off or an Olympic gold medal?
Oh, come on, Sean.
A couple talkbacks coming in. I'm going to get the phone lines. Keep it short and sweet because a lot of people are calling. I want to get as many in as possible. This talkback coming in from Alex.
Hey Campbell, AP, my sound off is going to be a positive one. I kind of liked it when the U.S. team went to go get Johnny's kids off the fans, and brought them on the ice. That was pretty cool. I kind of like that. It showed that the U.S. really wanted to win for Johnny and bring his kids, and saw how happy they were and everything. So yeah. All right, guys. Have a great day. Bye.
I think Alex was grocery shopping. But I'll tell you this, straight up, I haven't mentioned it yet, and thank you for bringing it up, Alex. I love that. It was absolutely love. And now you didn't see that. You probably saw it after because you stormed out of the building.
No, it's
when Canada lost.
carrots.
But that little moment bringing Johnny Gaudreau's kids out on the ice was a very emotional one. I know as Canadians, maybe you stopped watching it at that time.
Well, by the time I actually saw it, I had decompressed a little bit. So I'm like, oh, that's beautiful. What cute kids.
Hey guys, Just from Sherbrooke. I just want to blame Mitch Gallo for the reason why Team Canada lost versus Team USA, because the hockey gods wanted to demonstrate to him what the difference elite goaltending can do and how it can make or break a game or even a team. Thanks. Love the show.
Jess, that was my favorite blame game. Blaming Mitch Gallo. Because the hockey gods want to show what the league goaltending can do. Because Gallo's always like, I don't need a league goal. I love it. I'm going to bring it up when he comes back this week. Let's go to the phone line, 514-790-1690. We got Mario on the line. Mario, your chance to sound off.
Coach, blaming the coach for not having Suzuki on at 3-on-3. All the guy does is score overtime goals. Why didn't they have him?
Well, usually he sets up Cole Caulfield scoring the overtime goal. Maybe down the line, like they would have had to use it. Like I understand going back and forth with those guys early in overtime. If the overtime extended, he would have went further down his bench. Absolutely. But yeah, all right. Put it on. Give one to John Cooper. No Suzuki in OT.
Well, the thing, another thing is really quickly, I kind of knew they weren't going to win when he missed the open net from the side, and the other shot right in front, he hit the goaltender's stick and it didn't go in. So I go, the hockey gods don't want Canada to win.
So blaming the hockey gods too. So John Cooper and the hockey gods. Thanks, Mario.
All right, have a good one.
Some people would say that John Cooper is a hockey god, and you could blame them both. We've got Eddie. What's going on, Eddie?
Good morning, fine gentlemen. Look, I'm going to make it very quick this morning. I enjoyed very much the tournament. It was a great tournament. The thing that's going to haunt us for a long time is Jack Hughes. Not only is winning the gold medal, but now we're going to have his face to smile. Apparently, he's going to put a golden tooth. So each time we're going to face him, we're going to see is a reminder of that gold tooth. So that's the tick me up. But besides that, awesome tournament, no blaming, and kudos for Canada. No matter what, I enjoyed.
8 people deep.
Thank you very much, gentlemen, Eddie.
Have a great day, boys.
Now that would be a baller move. Jack Hughes goes to the dentist and comes out with a gold tooth.
Is it really a baller move, though? Because Joe Pesci also did it in Home Alone.
Yes.
And
This is
he got his hair burnt off.
This is a baller move for Jack Hughes. He goes to the dentist, gets his tooth replaced, scores the golden goal, and he puts in a golden tooth. If I was Jack Hughes, at least for promotional photos, I would definitely do that. Go to the phone lines. We've got Adriano.
Crazy.
Did I say that right?
Hey, guys.
Alright, bro.
Adrian, how's it going?
Good.
You do that.
Just
That's funny.
want to give 2 points here. I'm going with your words to bring Bedard and Schaefer on the team this year. They could have had a lot of experience learning from Crosby because we don't know when he's going to come back or if he's going to have another Olympics.
Yeah.
And I'm also going to point out the 5-on-3 near the end of the game.
No.
I did not agree with putting Reinhardt on the ice. He's not had a good tournament at all. I think I would have put a guy.
That's
like
okay, all right,
Mark
Jazzy,
Stone
see you in a
in
bit,
front
that's
of
okay,
the net,
no
get more
problem.
traffic, and it could have basically won him the gold.
So you don't like the Sam Reinhart ice time decisions at the end of the game, so you're going to blame the coach.
Well, I'm not going to blame. I think he could have made an adjustment there. I think he could have put someone bigger in front of the net, someone that was actually playing most of the game. Reinhardt was, I think he was averaging like maybe a bit less than 10 minutes a game throughout the whole tournament.
He wasn't doing good either, really.
I think someone that
Same with Jarvis,
was
Seth Jarvis.
that had a bit
That's
more
someone to
fire in
blame.
them and had a bit more ice time could have changed the game. And also missing those empty nets, McKinnon on the side of the net. A few guys had opportunities to score. Taves in front of the net. Like I said, I don't think the Americans won the game themselves. I think we actually lost the game ourselves. So, I guess I'm still going to give respect to the
It is what I like, yo.
Like
Leave
you
it.
said before, we just want good hockey. But
Whoever liked it, appreciate that. Thank
it
you.
was a tough one to swallow.
Yeah, 24 hours later, I can hear in your voice you're still a little upset about it, Adriano.
Yeah. We'll get over it soon.
Yeah, we got to wait 2 years till the World Cup hockey. Thanks, Adriano. Some good
Have a
points.
good one, guys.
Yeah,
Have a good one.
you get to blame whoever you want. You could text at 11690. You can give us a call 514-790-1690. Or if you have a silver lining,
Silver linings.
you can take the positive side. Let's check in with Amir Hollywood. I don't even know if he wants his.
He's going to get it.
I don't even know if he wants his intro music.
Well, too bad.
I said, hey, yo. Shout out UERX, bro. Appreciate you with sub, bro. Thanks, man. I'm just posted. Got banned for a couple days on TikTok, but we be bumping, bro. We're gonna keep going, man. I'll be live on YouTube, everywhere, bro. I appreciate you, dude. And I was just live on TikTok, or on Kick. First stream on Kick. I'm gonna go on Kick, live stream for the whole day. And then YouTube as well. I'm gonna have YouTube here and then Kick here. And then we'll be doing video games and shit. Or no, maybe not. I'm going to my buddies tomorrow, but like the next day, and also I'll probably be deep, like live on my buddy's cell.
Amir, how you doing today? Amir's always ready to blame somebody. Amir, who are you blaming today?
I've seen the Canadians Canada play. It was an amazing game. You can't talk about the open net. Those are part of the game. Those things happen, whatever. They deserve that game. US had no business winning this game. But my issue is with the coach. I said it from day one when you need to bring talent. Marchand is like too old. Bring all these grinders. Bring the talent. You need a couple of grinders, yes, but not to hold so many guys. They're over the hill. Bring the young guys. Get the extra talent. Maybe they wouldn't have scored this.
I agree. Also, if we had Bedard, we would have won too.
McKinnon needs to be better on that back check. You got to get it out. And the other guy that called in said Suzuki playing 3-on-3. You're best players in the world, and you're gonna put Suzuki on. Smart enough.
Now you're blaming other callers, Amir.
Homer. Oh, Suzuki's gonna play. If the three best players in the world, I'm gonna put Suzuki on.
I have no problem with Suzuki down the line, but I think that there was a couple guys that you would choose. You got to just watch. They went their top line changed, and then they went back to their top line, knowing that 3-on-3 hockey is done very early. Personally, I like the strategy of putting your best players out early, but if it extended, you'd have to go down the bench at some.
We're gonna go smoke a bowl of weed, and then. Hey, how you doing, Yuta? How's it going? How you doing? Thanks for the like, bro. I love when people. If y'all want to do the poll, I appreciate it too. Thank you. I appreciate people. 4 people. Thank you. 50-50. That's fucking sick. Hell yeah. W's. You want to smoke a bowl? Get some water. Get some snack and go to sleep. I don't need a snack. I have some chocolate. I have a couple pieces of chocolate. All right. How we doing, everybody? Be right back. Alright, we back. Hey, let's go Raptors. Yeah, thanks. They're gonna win, bro. I agree. 2 likes, appreciate it, guys. Five people in this bitch. How we doing, boys? Is Billy in this bitch? Billy? and I don't understand why I always feel dead and alone. Go Leafs, go. Steve, man, I like Montreal Canadiens as well, and I like the Oilers as well, bro. But good luck to your team, bro. Maybe Matthews will fucking have his gold and he'll bring you to the playoff again. But you guys look really bad in the real regular season, man. Pittsburgh looks amazing. Let's go. All right, let's go. Cheers, boys. Yo, 11 people, yo. Shout out to y'all, yo. Magic. Holy fuck, 14 people. Billy. What's up, my boy? How do we have so many people? It's like 3 in the morning, boys. Yo, vote, bro. Billy, thanks, boys. Hey, 78%. We're at 9 votes, damn. Hey, Jazzy, what's up? Shout out to the boys coming through on YouTube. And on Kick, we had a decent amount of people. Gonna be a couple boring days, boys. Can't be going on our TikTok and getting more followers and having a good time on TikTok. That's okay, we got YouTube. That's why, eh?
Guys, how are you, Sean? Good. What are you doing today? Lonnie, blame game?
You know what? I just didn't feel like they had it this tournament. Like they almost lost to Czech, they almost lost to Finland. I don't know. There was something missing on this team. Whether it be Crosby being hurt, I don't know. But you know what? How many times have we won like a game kind of like this? Somebody, the blame game. We lost. They deserve to win.
Hi, Billy. Hey, how you guys doing?
It's not really a blame.
How you doing, Jazzy? How's it going?
Sure.
The guy Tate, the defenseman that plays with Makar, right?
Yeah.
Is he on the team if he doesn't play with Makar?
Yes.
100%?
I'm a big Taves fan. I know that, and people don't like that first goal with Boldy.
No.
And you could go up and down with the Canadian defense. I think that in my mind, there's no doubt he makes Team Canada. I think Kevin Taves is that good. Yes, he's a compliment to Makar. You make Makar feel more comfortable by bringing him. But this is not like the Kunitz situation of years past. It's not like that. And if you look at the depth, if you want to go and say you didn't want Taves on the team, please tell me someone that you would bring instead of him, and then also tell me who would play. Like, it's not. I'm not in for it. I don't go down that path. I would have had Taves on this team. He was on my team 100%.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I would have had him on the team.
You know who should have been on the team, Sean? Going by playing was the kid from the Islanders.
Schaefer.
Yeah.
I know it's a rookie, but he's going to be there for the next 10, 12 years. They should have given him a little bit of experience.
But if you, that's fine.
I agree.
Give me Schaefer. I'd probably take 3 or 4 players off before I get to Taves.
Yeah,
That's me though. So, but if you want to go down that route, that's cool. But yeah, I know what you're saying. Thanks, Jimmy.
All right, guys.
Still want to get a couple more calls. We're going to get to Hockey Heaven at 11 with Anthony DeMarco from the Daily Face-Off. We've got Justin on the line. What's going on, Justin? Sound off.
Hey guys, how are you?
Good.
Doing good, Justin.
So listen, in terms of blaming, like, it's tough to do. They played their hearts out. The one thing, I find
Billy, I just saw what you said.
With the injury, he would have been at 100%. But
Not bad.
I feel like if they were relying so much on the top line, like, I don't know. I feel like it was always just missing that extra guy to make those like dynamic plays, and he's got a great shot as well. Again, tough to blame. They all play their hearts out, and no one really played poorly per se. But the question is, like, how do you play so well against Czechia, Finland, and the U.S., but barely squeak out 2 wins and then lose the last one? So I feel like it was just missing that extra guy. In terms of the final goal, I really didn't like what Makar did. I love him, but why take such a chance, with the poke check, knowing it's 3-on-3, knowing there's only one guy back you because McDavid went to the net.
You the wee bit.
Should have been smarter in terms of just like being a defenseman, knowing maybe I should
Shut up,
take
Jack.
this chance, and then on the back check he kind of coasted his way to the shoes. It was too late.
AJ.
So again, tough to blame. He had a great.
Let's
turn,
go Raptors.
obviously,
8-20. Let's
it
go.
was just a really bad decision on his part. I found knowing it's 3-on-3 and that it's a totally different game. Maybe they didn't practice enough.
It was 2-2 and the 8 people in a row. Let's
You
go.
really get it when you're looking at the replay. And again,
Raptors.
easy for us to say.
Yeah, but that's why you're allowed to
Let's
call
go.
in and say. So you're blaming the GM for no Bedard, and you're blaming Makar for the 3-on-3 overtime. Blame game is on. Thanks, Justin.
Take care, boys.
Let's squeeze one more. We got Mark in Syracuse, USA. How you doing, Mark?
How are you guys? I always listen to you guys after post-game Montreal Canadian games. And but my quick thing is I just kind of listening to all the shows, both on the American side and your side, and I just kind of like want to blame all the fans and all the people that are just negative at looking at the bad side of.
Because I'm so hungry,
the
that's why.
game and the Olympics.
I was always
The
hungry,
Olympics
bro. I'm
stands
never
for
not
something
hungry.
positive. It's all the stories that come out of it, and people should take note of all that stuff. And then the one amazing thing, I love about hockey that not many sports do. At the end of the game, they shake hands, no matter how physical the game was, or you don't like this guy, but you play a common game, and it's it just I don't know. I just don't see the negativity. I get it. I'm on the winning side here, but it's not always about winning. It's always about, kind of like doing a common thing, common good, and and that's a exciting game. I mean,
It was a phenomenal game. Now, Mark, think about it this way. So this is where I think it gets a little different with, like, the hockey aspect. Because I'm with you about the Olympics and the winning a medal. Go to all the other sports that we watch throughout the Olympics, right? You see the celebrations when somebody wins a silver and wins a bronze medal. And because you're in a competition with, 20 other athletes, and you get to that point. When you get into these team sports like hockey, and it's the marquee event, and your country is Canada and hockey with the background with it. Yeah, you won all those games, and in the end, you won a silver medal. But you definitely don't feel that way. A lot of people talk about how in these team sports, the bronze medalist feels a lot better than the silver medalist because you went out losing a game, yet winning a medal. It's a tough mental thing to get by. I get what what you're saying, but I think in that moment, Canadians and Canadian hockey players just feel like they lost, even though they were second place. And you look at all the other second place from skiing, ski jump, they're jumping up and down winning a silver medal. It's just a little bit different when you get into this exact sport in that exact moment. I think that mentality is just hard to overcome when you lose a game and turn to your left and right and go, we won a silver medal. But it's not, it would have been the same if Canada won, right? U.S. would have been the ones sitting there with the faces like Nathan MacKinnon.
Right, which I agree. I agree with both sides of it. You know, I mean, hockey is your sport. I mean, that's just, there's no doubt about it. I mean, you guys are the greatest in that sport, and there's no arguing that point.
Well, you get to carry the torch for 2 years and get to argue the point all you want on the Team USA side with 2 gold medals on the women and the men's side.
Right. No, I get it. Yeah. Well, it's great listening to you guys. I look forward to talking to you guys after we get back to the NHL here.
Yeah, it's coming soon. It's coming soon. Thanks, Mark.
All right, take care. Yep.
Great sound up. The texts are still coming in. You could use a talk back on the iHeartRadio app. We can get into this conversation again.
Back to the Stephen A. Smith Show.
You're welcome. Oh, but eerie.
30 minutes past hour number 1 back here on the Stephen A. Smith Show, Series 6 Mad Dog Sports Radio. 888 Mad Dog 6 is always the number to call up. That's 888-623-3646. You're listening live to the Stephen A. Smith Show, Series 6 Mad Dog Sports Radio. USA won this game despite the fact Canada outshot US 42-28. Let's not forget that. Americans perfect, 18 for 18 on penalty kills. It's a lot to celebrate with this game. A lot to celebrate with this victory. Again, USA and Canada, men's rivalry, for the most part, have been extremely lopsided since the NHL started sending players to the Olympics in 1998. Again, Canada won Olympic gold in Salt Lake City against Team USA in 2002. The Canadians famously beat the U.S. in 2010 in Vancouver on Crosby's golden goal in overtime. They sent the USA to the bronze medal game in Sochi in 2014. They won the World Cup of Hockey in 2016, where the U.S. was obviously a non-factor. They won the Four Nations face-off in 2025 on Connor McDavid's golden goal in overtime. So all of those things are things to consider. But it is far be it for me. I mean, listen, the person I'm about to interview right now is the person that I learned most of my hockey from. You know, that's other than when the commissioner, Gary Bettman, blesses me with the opportunity to go to the Stanley Cup Finals with him. You know, that's other than that. We're talking about the one and only PK Subban right here with Stephen A., my brother. What's going on, big time? How are you, man? How's everything? Are you okay? I want to look out for you. Are you okay, PK? That's what I want to know.
You know what? I'm a little beaten up because, you know, Sidney Crosby, I just think about him, you know, and his legacy and what he's done in the game. I've won with him in 2014. I've gotten to watch him go about his business around an event like the Olympics, and I've played against him. And I know that he's the greatest that I've seen in my time coming out of our country as far as the game of hockey goes. So I wanted to see him at least have a chance. I was really bummed to see him not be able to finish the tournament because I know him. Like, there's not a person on this planet that would ever question that guy and whether he could play or not. He'd be playing if he could for sure. So
yeah, I certainly wouldn't question him. I didn't think to question him for 1 second. And PK, listen, one of the things, I don't know if you heard me with my opening monologue, but I talked about, listen, man, listen, when Sidney Crosby's out, nobody questioned why he's out. I mean, when you believe it when he's out, because you believe when hockey players miss games, you know there's a reason why. Jack Hughes getting hit with the high stick, you know, and tooth missing and mouth bloody looking like Count Dracula. He still didn't miss a second of action. You know, if this were an NBA player, we know we'd be saying something different. That's what I pointed out, PK.
Sass, you're exactly right. And let's talk about Jack Hughes for a second and the process that you go through when you get your teeth knocked out, right? So I see that this happens every game. On every game, there's at least usually one guy on each team that gets a chipped tooth or loses a few. And when that happens, the first thing that happens is exactly what Jack said. he saw his tooth out on the ice. So imagine that, right? Like, you're getting up off the ice and you're seeing your teeth on the ice. Then comes the blood. Then comes you actually feeling shattered, like shrapnel teeth in your mouth, right? And you're pulling them out. Then they got the gauze. Then it's, hey, do you want to go back and get zipped? Then the answer is pretty much universal and consensus at that point. Where are we at in the game, and can I play? And the majority of the time, guys put the gauze in their mouth, put a full face shield on, and go out and play. In this case, Jack didn't have all those options. He only had the option for himself, and that was whether you want to go out and play. He pulls the teeth out of his mouth, gauze, goes out there, takes a high sticking penalty, by the way, and has to watch his team kill that off in the dire seconds. Like, he could have easily been the GOAT, like he said, of the tournament, where, as in, he could have been the person that cost them the medal, the way he sees it. I never saw it that way, but nonetheless, to go out there after losing a couple of your teeth and score the ultimate winning goal and have blood, that's the only time you want your mouth looking like that. And our players pride themselves on that. Like, we talk about it in the locker room about having a reason to play through something. There's tremendous honor in that in our sport, and the pretty boy Jack Hughes definitely got his street cred last night.
PK Subban right here with Stephen A. Sirius XM Mad Dog Sports Radio. PK, where does this victory rank in the modern era of USA hockey, especially coming 46 years after the miracle on ice?
My goodness, it's so hard to put it in a box and package it, Stephen A., because I really think it's going to be explosive. It's just where everything is. It's where the landscape is today. It's already the prior growth. I mean, Stephen A., the captain of Team USA, he's Mexican, right? Like, Austin Matthews, Mexican.
Hey,
like,
Thunder,
you
nice.
got to consider all these things. And Stephen A., I'm not the one that always brings these elements into it, but we got to talk about it because the game is growing. These are huge elements that help us grow. And it's that simple. The product is the players. But to me, those elements add to the whole moment and the impact that it's going to have. And to me, the family concept, you can't create that. You can't draw that up. That has to be organic and authentic, and it is. So, the Kachuk families and the Hughes family and the Eichels, and then you got the Hudson family coming. That's Lane Hudson in Montreal, who's a bona fide stud. So it's there. The structure is there. This is monumental. And it's monumental on so many levels. It's not just to USA hockey. It's to the game and to the NHL. Remember, 350 million people in the U.S. There's a lot of hockey players that are going to create small miracles after last night's game.
BK, Canada outshot Team USA.
Hopefully you're having a good night, man.
How did the Americans still find a way? Just
I'm
break
tired.
it down.
Hey, Emily, how you doing?
The way that you can. How did America still find a way to control the moments that mattered most and win this game?
Oh, really? That
Canada
sucks.
dominated the game. There's no question about that. Does that mean they're the better team?
How you doing, Emily?
In my opinion, the better team always wins. And sometimes they say, the better team doesn't always win. But
I like it.
To me, winning an Olympic gold
I like
medal
that
isn't
profile
about
pic. It's
being
nice. It's
the
pretty.
better team or
Looks
dominating
good.
the game. It's how much you can take. It's how much buy-in you can get. And
PK,
it's the
am I
ability
gold?
to find a way.
I love PK
To me,
Subban.
that also has to be discussed outside
And
of just
Stephen
the
A.
numbers.
Smith.
The numbers mean a
No
lot.
problem. I love it. Yeah,
But to
sick.
me, when you look at, there's an opinion and then there's perspective. My perspective after watching
I'm good,
the whole
man.
tournament is the way that Team
I'm
USA
probably gonna
won,
go to sleep
for
soon,
me,
but
is
I'm
why
having
they
a good night.
deserve the credit. Because when you look
I
at
hope you're
it,
doing good
they
too.
did it by committee. They didn't have
Love everybody.
3 or 4 guys that they leaned on. I said it before. They don't have McDavid. They didn't have McKinnon. They definitely didn't have Crosby. So what did they do? They did it by committee. Austin Matthews made huge plays for USA in that game. On the first goal, the puck battle on the wall to bump it to the Matt Boldy in the middle, who eventually went in to score the first goal. Like, if it was the other way, we would have been talking about Austin Matthews not being able to step up in those moments. Jack Eichel was amazing throughout the middle of the ice. And you got to talk about those guys because of who they had to play against. Team Canada, they held those guys. Even though they had their chances, I really felt Team USA did this by committee. Hats off to the coaching staff and Mike Sullivan because they did a phenomenal job. It's a short tournament. And to get Jack Hughes and to get all those guys to buy into their role And ultimately, because they used 4 lines in that tournament, I believe, because they rolled 4 lines in that tournament, I believe that at the end of the game, Jack Hughes, Werenski are on the ice. Team Canada's got their best players. Why didn't Team Canada win? In my opinion, it's not because they weren't better. I think those guys have nothing left in the tank. If you go back and look at that clip, Cale Makar couldn't pick up his legs to move his legs on that back check. Jack Hughes is fresh. He's fresh. He's had a regular shift all playoffs. He's got energy. He's excited. That's why he had legs in that moment. Zach Werenski pushed McKinnon off the puck. That's why he had energy. It wasn't Quinn Hughes who knocked Makar off the puck. It was Zach Werenski, who was their 4th defenseman at that time, right? He's on their second D pairing. So for me, they did it by committee, and then Hellebuck stood on his head.
That's where I was going. That's where I was going. 41
that's it.
saves, 41 saves. I mean, my God, that was a record. I mean, to me, he was the clear star of the game. Am I wrong?
He was. No, he was the reason they won the game. He was the reason they won the game. Without him, they're not even in that game. Potentially, we could be talking about something else, because any other goaltender in there, we can't say would have made any of those saves. He made all of the impossible saves on Sunday, and that's what you need. Stephen A., you know this. We still want our athletes thinking about the element of the impossible being possible on that day. And it's always an element. You know that. Going into any Game 7, in any sport, any Olympic medal game, any championship game, there's always that element of surprise that someone can raise their game to an impossible level. And Team Canada was not prepared for Connor Hellebuck to do that. Okay. I don't think, and that's what I believe. Listen.
Let me chime in, PK, because I know we're limited on time, and I want everybody to hear what you have to say with some of these questions that I have. Tony PK Subban right here with Stephen A. Sirius XM Mando Sports Radio. I want you to put into perspective, because I'm thinking about how the Americans perfect 18 for 18 on the penalty kills, and I'm looking at the advantage that Canada had and didn't capitalize on it. You sit here today. Is it just about Crosby being out, or was it about something more than that for Canada?
No.
Well, I go back to it again.
I don't think
How
so.
your team functions, to me, can be an element of why you don't win in a particular tournament or a specific game. Okay. And it wasn't because they didn't have the talent. It wasn't because they didn't have enough players. I can talk about Connor Bedard and Matthew Schaefer. They're not the reasons that Canada didn't win this tournament. But they would have brought an element that would have helped them in 3-on-3. And we knew that that was a part of the format. So for me, yes, Connor Hellebuck was great. Sidney Crosby was missing, but the lack to get the rest of their roster involved. I just said it. Jack Hughes was on their 4th line, and he scored the winning goal. Where was that? Nick Suzuki stepped up against Finland, but why are you trailing by 2 goals against Finland with 8 minutes left to go in the 3rd period? And you trailed other games in the tournament, too. Team Canada is a team that's built to roll over you by team. I said it before the tournament. They had to play the best veteran.
Oh, my cat's retarded. Thank you.
out of any country in this tournament to win. Because they were stacked up top, but they lacked depth on their defense. And for me, that just didn't happen. And yeah, they had their chances to win, but exactly my point. They did not plan on Connor Hellebuyck standing on his head. And he stood on his head all night, and they didn't have an answer for it.
PK Superone right here with Stephen A. Sirius XM Mad Dog Sports Radio. United States of America, have we officially closed the gap or even passed Canada in best on best men's hockey in your estimation?
Well, I'm going to say this. The best three players in the world right now, in my opinion, are on Team Canada. And you might even say that there's four of them. You know, Cale Makar has now challenged to be in that 1-2 conversation with Connor McDavid with the way that he played. But whether it's him, McDavid, McKinnon, and Crosby, USA doesn't have anybody even close to those guys right now. They don't. And they'll tell you that. So what does that mean for Team Canada? They have to get younger. So they're going to have to get Matthew Schaefer in there. To me, that cost them the tournament. Cale Makar couldn't move his legs in overtime. They needed another defenseman that could skate the puck. When they lost Josh Morrissey, they didn't have another guy that could do that. So they need Matthew Schaefer, in my opinion, moving forward. The other one is Connor Bedard. We saw what Celebrini did. He's 19 years old. Connor Bedard's got more experience. He's played in the league. He's a different player. He may not be at the level where Celebrini's at, but he's a different player that would have brought a different element to Team Canada's roster. He's a goal scorer, 30 goal scorer, big shot. Could they have used that on their fourth line? So in a quick, just by bringing those two players, they get two key elements that they were missing in this tournament. So that's why I have to explain the fact that they couldn't roll four lines, because with those two players, maybe that gives them a little bit more depth. Maybe they're not trailing in the tournament. Maybe their star players have a little bit more energy in overtime, and that changes the outcome. But we're not making excuses for that. It's too little, too late. Team USA took advantage of it. They won. They're at the top of the mountain, and we have no reason to believe that they can't continue to win. Why not? They believe they can win now, and they did it on the biggest stage. So I think it's for real.
I want to applaud your objectivity, my brother, because we all know that it hurt you to watch Canada lose that game last night. I got it. We all know this, but because I'm your brother.
And you know I got to do my job. You know I got to be
That's right. That's right. I get on you if you did it. You know me. But I got to tell you this, though. I'm here to put a smile on your face. You know I'm always looking out for you, man. So I'm going to look at PK. I'm going to read a couple of things to you that I think I can't see you. I'm listening to you. But I'm going to put a smile on your face, and I know this is going to make you smile when I point out, because I'm about to get into hockey in this regard. Just stay with me for a second, okay? I'm going to read for you from my research. In regards to the impact of 1980 gold medal win on the popularity of hockey in the United States, youth enrollment roughly doubled during the decade following the Olympics. Many parents cited the Miracle on Ice as inspiration for getting kids involved in hockey. Before 1980, youth hockey was concentrated mainly in Minnesota, Michigan, and Massachusetts in the United States of America. Afterward, growth had spread to California, Texas, and the mid-Atlantic states. Hockey began evolving from a regional to a national youth sport. What impact will the 2026 gold medal win have on the future of hockey is a question that I could ask, but not before mentioning this to you, PK. Do you know that across ABC and ESPN platforms, the National Hockey League ratings are up 39% year over year, and the NHL on ESPN is also experiencing significant growth with females, up 40% year over year. So again, last question to you. The impact, this gold medal win by the United States of America, what do you think it will have on hockey in the United States?
Well, I first want to comment on those numbers, because I've been privy to the numbers, but more importantly, I've been privy to the talent. And you spoke to the women and the people and the numbers that we put in. Emily Kaplan, the work that all of our women do, AJ Malesko, the whole crew, obviously Steve Levy and Mark Messier, who I deal with, Arda Ocal, who fights and grinds every day in the studio for us, to Kevin Weeks and Ray Ferraro, and TJ Oshie, who's now a part of our team, to Dave Jackson, and so on and so forth. We've had other talent come through on our desk. I think we've really created something special there for the audience, but more importantly, the players have stepped up. Stephen A., in total context, The way that I see hockey now moving forward is I really truly do believe that we are now moving and challenging other sports like the NBA and the NFL with the
I can't find Yeah, you do it. Yeah, do another one. But I can't find you. I mean, how old are you? You could like add my Instagram or Snapchat or something. And we can figure it out, but it's weird. That's okay. No. Yo, Billy. One 40 subscribers, bro. I love y'all. That's crazy. Damn. This last like couple months has been mental. Excuse me. My bad. Yo, Braves. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what I said, right? Yeah. That's true. Thanks for the 5th like. Damn, bro. Alright, I'm gonna end the stream. I don't know who's here, but I'll be back live tomorrow. Love you, boys. Love you, boys. I'm gonna go live tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to sleep. 3 in the morning. I'm fucking dead. Cheers, though. I'll see you, boys, tomorrow morning at some point.